Welcome back to the Slappy Horror Podcast. My name is Christian Remy.
Bleh.
That's how I feel, man. I feel like a vampire today.
Bleh.
Or maybe a werewolf, but I don't know how werewolves talk. So we started like a vampire. What's up, boys and girls? It is me, Christian.
How do werewolves talk?
I don't know.
I don't know the stereotypical thing for a werewolf.
It's something that never really comes to mind. You just...
Woof. I don't know.
Rough.
Growl.
Rough.
I'm a werewolf. Grah. I don't know.
That might be it.
Hey.
It's me.
I'm a werewolf.
Well, I'm actually your scary movie companion. And our friend over here that we all know, best producer in the whole entire world, it's Mr. Ozark, Mark. Hello. Mark, it's good to have you back, and it's such a cool concept of a movie. The more you think about this kind of movie, like, this is one of those movies that even talking about it out loud, it almost makes it, because the movie is cool as shit, but talking about it is cooler than the actual movie. Like, this is such a cool concept. I see how this became a movie.
Yeah, no doubt.
I do feel like you got to go German scientist Underworld. Like, that's what comes to mind for me, but there might be a few other ways.
I'd kind of went like a little bit of Schwarzenegger, kind of Underworld.
Underworld. It's Underworld. Vampires and werewolves.
Underworld.
I watched Terminator last night, dude.
That's a good one.
Dude, the first one's a scary movie.
Underworld. Yeah. Yep, that's it.
Now, I wasn't aware of this, Mark. Do you know how many movies are in this franchise?
Like 17.
Well, close.
I would say like probably 6.
It's like 6 or 7. Yeah.
There's 12 of them.
I think it is 6 or 7. I didn't know that. I thought there was only 3.
Is it all the same like main character too? That lady?
I think
that
it's
girl?
Kate Beckinsale the whole time. And
well, I mean, what a deal for her.
Yeah, dude.
Hey, you want to be the main character for like 7 of these movies? Yeah, I do.
Do you want to be a hot vampire for like ever?
For like 10 years?
Yes, I do.
Sure. Yeah. How much you paying? Okay.
That would be great.
Mm-hmm.
It makes it nice when people lock into characters like that. But to be truthful, I feel like I've only seen the 3 of them. I really like this first one, though. It's such a cool concept because it's just an ancient war of vampires and werewolves that has led into modern day. But it's like a cool modern day. It's like a comic book setting, almost like a Blade setting, like that same kind of comic book feel, but like a cool world that you wish you were a part of. And it always does. It breaks down to the age-old question, if you had to be the vampire or the werewolf, what would you pick?
I was going to ask you that same question. I think the answer's pretty obvious.
You know, I feel like our tendencies would make us werewolves, you know?
No. Being a werewolf looks painful.
It does.
I'm sorry. The transformations look just painful, and you're all hairy and shit. You gotta worry about hair getting everywhere, and you have to wait for a full moon specifically to do some stuff, I guess. I don't know. But being a vampire seems way more cool. All right? You look cooler. The girls are hotter. You're doing all kinds of freaky shit.
100%
partying.
agree.
You know, you can do all the drugs, and you're wearing elegant and shit, you know.
You're living that, like, late-night rock star lifestyle. And I agree with you. That's the life I want to live, but I feel like our DNA, we would be werewolves.
Yeah, we'd probably get stuck with that. Yeah. Now, being a werewolf seems cool.
Once you're there.
Yeah, once you get used to it, you know,
Yeah.
and the transformations don't hurt anymore, you know, it's kind of like...
It seems like they got cool friends when they're people, too, because, like, for when they're transformed back to, like, normal, because they're all homies. They're all dogs. These are my dogs.
Well, you got sweet, like, abilities and shit, too, but, I mean, so do vampires.
They're all NFL players, bro. They're all UFC fighters. They're all, like, elite warriors. But if you were just a fly on the wall and, like, they didn't have any beef with you, but you were just, like, eating your lunch at a Subway and you're looking out the window and this is happening on the street, you'd be like, oh, shit. This is crazy. Because you would have, like, who's going to win? Who's going to win? Because I think they played it smart in the sense that vampires are usually going to try to outsmart and outwit the werewolves. But, The Lycans are very powerful beasts. They come out to attack you. I don't know, man. It's I would want to be a vampire, but truthfully, I feel like we'd end up in the werewolf category.
Yeah, I'd pick vampire.
They are cool.
100%.
Now, a quick little synopsis. Well, I guess before we do, for all our YouTube watchers, make sure that you are subscribed. It means the world to us. It's completely for free to do, and it's how you get the word out to let people know about Sloppy Horror Podcast. Your favorite show was zero advertisements. Not to mention, we do have bonus episodes that go up on our Patreon. This is another way for as cheap as a cup of coffee that you could support the show. And don't forget about the merchandise. There is a link in every one of our descriptions. Check it out. Go check it out, my guy. All right? Help out the show. It means the world. Now, if we are going to have a synopsis for this movie.
Underworld.
We need to know what's going on. So we have Kate Beckinsale. She's a hot vampire.
Smoke show.
Yep, and her name is Celine in this movie, and she's a part of like an elite group of vampires that hunt down werewolves and kills them. They kill them. But the deal is there was an ancient war that happened. And this ancient war, pretty much they killed the main guy, or they thought they killed the main werewolf leader, but they didn't. His name's Lucian. Lucius or Lucian, I don't know. It's something like that.
Luncheon.
Yeah, Luncheon. Look here, Luncheon. I'm not playing your fucking games.
Lunchables, whatever.
Hey, look here, Lunchable. I gotta pick up my kid at 2 o'clock.
Lunchable. That's his name now.
So this guy, his name's Lunchable.
Mm-hmm.
What happens is he didn't die. He's still alive. And the werewolf community, or the Lycan, if we're going to call them by the correct name, they have been gathering in numbers, like underground in these subways, and they've been getting stronger and stronger. And they're ready to attack the vampires. But the vampires are still in their victory lap era, if you will. They still think that they've won, they've submitted the other group, and they're cool. Not the case, because the werewolves are getting stronger. They're ready to come out and fuck them up. And that's what they start doing. But Kate Beckinsale's character, she notices that she's been keeping her eye. She's been privy. She doesn't trust the werewolves. She knows. She knows they can come back out, and she was right. She was trying to tell all her homies about it, but they weren't listening. They're like, you're crazy. Just come have crazy vampire sex and let's party. What are you doing? She's like, we can't. They can't catch us lacking. And that's exactly what they did. But comes to find out, one of the vampires was a snitch. He was a rat. He was working with the other werewolves. All right. So what Kate Beckinsale had to do was wake up some of the ancient vampires that were in these tombs to right the wrong. She's like, look, I don't mean to wake you up, but shit ain't right in here. It's not right. Everybody's acting fucking crazy. We need some martial law. So wake your old ass up and get these guys together. And that's what happens. This ancient vampire, Victor, he wakes up, he starts settling the score because Kate Beckinsale looks at him like a father figure, because he kind of was, because, she thought that her family was murdered by werewolves, and then he came to protect her. Not the case. He killed her family, and then he raised her. So she's been tricked this whole time. She's been tricked by the vampire world, and she still hates werewolves. But she falls in love with this guy who's like a doctor. The werewolves liked him. And there's a lot of sidebar stories, but she falls in love with the dude that got bit by a werewolf. You had to add in a little tad bit of romance in there.
Of course.
It works, but he was cool because he ends up becoming a vampire and a werewolf because he has special blood. So he's part vampire, part werewolf.
That's where you want to be.
He looked crazy. He was gray. He didn't look good.
No, you can't mix the two. It's like a retard child or something.
Yeah, dude, he wasn't right.
Yeah.
He wasn't right. He was like a radiation child.
Yeah.
But I feel like he would have, he was strong. He was strong. I mean, he was fighting that main vampire for a while.
Yeah.
But it's a crazy story. The more you get into the sidebars, the more you lose people. So I would just say, ancient war of vampires and werewolves in modern day.
Yep.
And
it's fighting underground.
And it's paced like an action movie.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of kills in this movie, but I still don't know how incredibly high it'll rank on the kills and the rating, just for the fact that it kind of feels action movie style.
They're action movie kills is exactly what they are.
It's like in Rambo. Like, he takes out a lot of dudes.
He's killed like 50 people, but, oh! That crap.
They're all disposable.
Yeah.
You're like, fuck that guy.
Yeah. It's like, the little mini peanut butter Reese's eggs around Easter time. There's a shit ton of them in a bowl. You just grab one and go. It's disposable.
Yeah, you don't count.
Next thing you know, you ate 20 of them.
What are you counting for?
No. That's just so good, though.
Little mini things are what gets me. If you give me like one of those, here's a burger the size of your face, I don't know, man. I'm probably not going to eat all that. But if it's like, here's 30 little mini burgers.
I'll eat every single one of them.
All of them.
I will eat 30 nuggets. 30 pieces. Wendy's has a secret order. You can order like 30 nuggets or something. Give me them.
Yeah.
Give me all of them.
Don't give me little mini things.
Somebody told me that. They're like, what large nugget? It's like, well, do you want the 30-piece one? I was like, there's a 30-piece one? Or something like that. It's like, yeah, it's only like $10. It's like, give it to me right now.
Run it.
Give it to me. Give me 4 more of them.
I want every sauce.
Yes.
Times 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a combo you got to go with.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I will say this movie is getting a little bit older, so there are some CGI scenes that are not horribly aged, but they're getting at the point where they're kind of expiring. But the practical effects were really good in it. They were really good. But the thing that's weird to me, Mark, is like you don't really know who to root for. They leave it open-ended, and I think they do that on purpose because they know there's a fan base for both sides. But at the beginning, you're like, oh yeah, the vampires are smart and the werewolves are just like savages. But comes to find out that the werewolves, they were fucking slaves to the vampires at one point. And, comes to find out that one of the werewolves, the main dude, Lunchable, he fell in love with Victor's daughter, and he was trying to mend the world, some Romeo and Juliet shit, but he killed his daughter. Started a war. And then you're like, well, now I don't know how to feel, because now the vampires are assholes. And then, at first, you feel like she's right, and then you start to think, like, maybe the werewolf dude is the most right of all of them.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of feel for him.
It's so confusing.
Yeah.
They put a lot into it.
There's
a lot of things to think about for an action movie.
It is. But
it's like a 10 episode series of Netflix jammed into 2.5 hours or whatever it is.
And that being said, too, it's like, for it feeling like that, it sounds like we're going all out in left field in different places, but really, it's very watchable. I think so. I mean, I think it's still very watchable because it has that action movie pacing to it, and you're like, oh, hell yeah.
Well, something's always happening.
There is.
There's really no slow parts.
I feel like
really.
This is a movie, too, you can get people, like, outside of the horror realm. Like, you might be able to get your dad to watch this, and he'll be like, oh, hell yeah.
Well, it's because it's the action movie. I mean, anybody can watch an action movie.
Them vampire bullets, dude,
mm-hmm.
Those are cool. The silver nitrate bullets, that was sick when he shot the dude.
Yeah.
You weren't expecting that, were you?
Why is there always, there's always a British black guy who's always, like, the techie guy in almost every movie. He's always there.
I can't cross the mainframe. Dude, it's really funny. But how about that one werewolf dude? Like, I can't even do his voice so deep. It's
no.
His voice was down there.
That was a little bit over the top. No, I don't know. I guess that's the werewolf voice you should do.
I can't hear anymore. You're like, Jesus, dude. I thought his fight scene was really cool, like, towards the end, because this guy had these big, like, Indiana Jones whips, and he was whipping the shit out of them while he was transforming into a werewolf, like, cracking him in the fucking face. And he was eating him. He was just eating him. But then the dude's whip got caught, and then he just straight bit his face off. That was pretty cool.
Dude, I'm convinced, too, if anybody's ever watched Prison Break before, and Michael Scofield guy, whoever does him, he's like the doctor guy who helps the main human guy first when he first gets bit. He's like that same character in everything he plays. So if you ever watch Prison Break, you'll see that and it'll make you laugh because it's Michael Scofield. I don't know if you've ever watched that or not.
I did. I don't think I did.
But maybe you won't get that one. Most people don't. But if you do, that's something that cracked me up.
There will be people that do. Mm-hmm. There will be people that do. It's kind of a smart film for being a silly concept, too. But it feels like it was like right out of a comic book or like a graphic novel. It's pretty fun. Now, out of this whole 2.5-hour fiasco, was there a part that maybe sticks out the most to you? If somebody says Underworld, what part's playing in your brain?
Not a lot. I mean, they're all pretty. I mean, there's a lot of cool scenes and stuff, but it's like an action, so it's like a lot of it are you forget what just happened and then on to the next thing. This has happened. Mm-hmm. One thing that cracked me up would be in the beginning when it's the first subway scene when they're shooting it out.
Yeah.
And some lady's just there and gets shot, like in the middle of it. So I'm just thinking, like, dude, that lady's having a horrible day. Like,
For no reason.
Imagine her going home and explaining what the fuck just happened. Nobody's going to believe her.
You're never going to believe what just happened.
No, nobody's going to believe you that happened. But
They're
she's like,
savages.
oh my God. That made me laugh. What about you?
I thought the train car, like when the werewolves came up and they just started ripping people to shreds, like, that was pretty cool. It's a lot of shadow work. It reminded me of American Werewolf in London when he creeped into the subway. Mm-hmm. Just thought it was a cool scene. Really enjoyed that as far as badassery.
And there's always a subway when werewolves are involved, isn't there?
There just kind of has to be. Mm-hmm. Even in, like, Blade, when they were, like, on that train, like, it's just something that's cool. It just adds an element. And it feels like a PlayStation 1 game. Like, to the max. Like, it's like the setting of a PlayStation 1 level of a game.
You're right.
And, like, I like that aesthetic. It's kind of cool. It's very new metal. It's so hard to describe what that flavor is. But that's, it was a thing in our youth. 6th, 7th grade for us. Like, that kind of shit was cool, my guy. Mm-hmm. I was listening to some Marilyn Manson, watching Underworld, playing some Vice City.
Underworld.
Mm-hmm. Some Madden 03. It's just what we were doing at these times. Have you ever seen these, like, it's like a TikTok trend where it's called, like, older brother core? And it's just like...
Is that what core means? First of all, what does core mean? Like, I see these core, they just put something and it says core. And it's just like 2-second clips.
If they had like podcasting nerd core, it would be like our faces, nerd, like just little things that would make us us.
Dude, you know what a funny trend is that I just saw recently? Like, I haven't been watching TikTok too much anymore, but one trend, it's like, hey, I had my Gen Z person edit this. It just chops it up to it looks horrible.
Yeah.
And it's not even right.
No, they don't do it right.
No.
They don't. But the older brother core, that's like Mark and I's youth. Like, it just will just show like a bunch of shit. Like, just has like a CKY video, an Xbox, the original Xbox with Halo on it. Like a picture from like 2002 in somebody's room that just had fucking Mountain Dew Code Red and a computer. Like, it's just like shit that's like older brother core. That was our generation, dude. We grew up on skateboards and bikes and
Baywatch poster or whatever that is.
Yeah. Yep, there's just shit that we were into, and I don't know, just this does fit my middle school brain. I mean, obviously that's when it came out, but I have to really catch up and watch the rest of this franchise. Like, it's not going to be something that's super pertinent to me, but if it's got the same character and it feels like an action movie, I can pretty much watch any style action movie because they're weightless. Like, you don't go in like, I don't know if I like the direction of that last Rambo. And you're like, shut the fuck up, dude. Did he throw knives at people? Shut up.
Yeah, it's very disposable.
Yeah, dude. The Expendables plot wasn't that great. I don't think it was supposed to be, bud. I think they were supposed to blow shit up. Like, have you ever seen Predator? It's not. We're not going for plot, dude. We're just going for kick ass.
Yeah.
It's fucking kick ass. And that gets a kick ass badge. This Underworld does. And in the editing process, the dude's like, everything will be blue and white. Nothing else. Blue and white are the only colors allowed in this movie, with shadows.
Tell you what, color grading would have been super simple for this movie.
Yeah, dude.
Just fucking make it blue.
The whole thing. It
But,
was
I mean,
like pre-Twilight.
Yeah, but it made it a vibe. It gave it a vibe though, I guess. As the kids say these days, vibe.
Yeah, man. It's like a music video.
Yeah. The whole way through. For like 2.5 hours.
And, bro, let's just say it like this. A super sexy vampire girl rolls up in a Maserati and just says, "Get in."
Yeah, I'm getting in.
All right.
Yeah, okay.
This might be how it ends, but all right.
Can we get some food on the way?
You all the food. Fuck.
What do you mean? Well, hold on. What do you mean by that exactly?
You ain't eating my ass.
Yeah.
If that's what you mean, I ain't.
That shit's expired. You don't want that. It's like old cottage cheese back there. You don't want that.
What I'd like you to do is also turn me into a vampire. You're not British. I know, but I am now. You know, I want to be bit, and then I want to drive the Maserati.
Does it automatically come with a British accent if you get bit by a vampire?
I think it does, dude. I think it does.
I like the British accent on the broads.
I do.
That's hot.
The guys.
The dudes are just fucking annoying.
I know.
I don't know how girls find that sexy. I don't know. I don't get it.
Well, we're gonna have to figure this out, Mark. But that Maserati, I do love Maseratis. I do love Italian machinery. They're like race cars, luxury race cars.
Mm-hmm.
Just nice. They sound mean. And that's not a fair situation for me. A vampire girl like in a Maserati, like I might even be getting in just for the car.
I'm just looking at it too. I'm like, you're gonna be expensive.
Yeah. What happens? Well, she said, yeah.
I'll write it out though.
What happens even if it's a man? If a man pulls up to you and it's just like a vintage like 1970s Dodge Charger, this thing's just screaming and he says, "Get in." You're like, all right.
All right. We'll see what this is about.
We're not banging, but I want to see this car.
Yeah. No, like, you keep your hands on your section.
Don't touch me,
Do
sir.
not cross the middle armrest.
My eyes are here.
It's like the rules of a plane. You know what I mean? You don't fucking cross it.
I know, man. Cool shit. That's what gets me, man. Like, I mean, many people would look at that House of 1,000 Corpses situation. Like, who would go on that death ride? You're like, well,
lots of people.
I probably would, dude. Like, this is how they get you. It's how they get you, dude. Like, everybody's got their own kind of rabbit trap, you know, like the old-fashioned cartoon, the box with the thing underneath it. Yours could be a hot chick in a Dodge Charger, vintage. She's like, "Hello, sir." And you're like, fuck. You might even see the string in the box. You know.
Mm-hmm.
But you're still getting in there.
Yeah.
We all have our ones.
Yeah, we do.
You remember in Trailer Park Boys? He's like, "I'm still keeping your fucking pepperoni." Like, they put pepperoni and smokes out to catch Ricky. And they caught him. With the net. Oh, what a
I
great
want to
show.
try that one time. I want to like find somebody I know and like I know their favorite things. Just have like a net above them.
Ooh, piece of candy.
And see if they go for it. And then, like, if you got a wife, like, just put a Starbucks cup out there randomly, like, in your house with a net over it. They're not aware of their surroundings. You could catch them.
That's been a funny trend, too. Like, he's, like, saying all my wife's favorite words while I'm on the phones with my friends. And he's like, "Yeah, what's up, man? You want to go to brunch?"
Those are all fucking staged.
Not these certain situations. These are real deals.
Well, what are they? First, my question is, what are they recording with if they're on the phone?
They could have AirPods in.
We got two phones.
They could have AirPods in.
And also, how does the person not see the phone recording you? Sometimes it's like right there, like you don't see the phone.
I agree there are a lot of prank
Stop.
couples, but I've seen a lot of these where they've been real, where it's like saying all my wife's favorite words when I'm on the phone with my boys. And it's just like,
yeah, I don't believe any of those fucking things.
I'll show you some that are believable.
No, they're not. I'm telling you right now, they're not.
I know what you're talking about. I'm not talking about like we're gonna prank our girlfriend. Like not.
No,
those.
I'm not talking. No, I'm just saying like all those are fake. Almost all those stupid ass videos are fake. And it's annoying how people find that they're real. It annoys me.
Mark is the robber of joy.
It shouldn't. It should not.
Anyways,
I'm just saying. But
ladies, he's single. All right.
There's for a reason.
Get him.
And this is one
He's
of the
mean to
reasons.
me.
This is one of the fucking reasons.
When I'm stating to you, is it's funny when you can catch somebody and perk their interests with things that you can trap them with. We all have them. All right.
Looking into the camera isn't gonna make it better.
It does.
All right.
I'm staring down the pipeline.
I don't even remember what the hell we're talking about. Oh yeah, that. Right.
Yes.
What are some of your wife's favorite words that you would say on the phone?
To trap her?
Mm-hmm.
Anything with brunch. Anything with shopping.
So if I'm on the phone, you're pretending to be on the phone with me, how would you go? How would you do it?
What's up, dude? Oh, hey, Mark. Hey, dude. Wait, yeah, I'm down for that little brunch. Bottomless mimosas, I guess.
She would know.
Yeah, with me, she would know.
She would know right away. Like, now, what the fuck are you talking about?
I think it would only work if you had one of those bros that goes out.
We would never go to brunch, ever. We would never drink mimosas. We'd both get heartburn from it. I hate mimosas so much.
What's up, dude? You want to go talk shit to people?
Yeah, that's more like it.
Let's shoot some poo.
Yeah.
Now, that would be our... Honestly, there's nothing that I could say like that. Like, because I just think about that. Like, what's up, dude? You want to watch WrestleMania? She's like, I'm out. Yeah. Like, I'm like, what's up, dude? You want to shoot some pool?
You could probably get away with somebody like, oh, you could probably find that at Target or something.
I'll go to Target with you, man.
That's what I'm saying.
You should start perking up like a dog when you say walk.
And then be like, dude, I don't know if you've been into Starbucks lately, but they went to... That's when you got that going. Oh, you got to say it in a way that makes it not seem like that. Then it would work.
Make it to the point where you can latch them in, but then you got to fully commit. You got to do it, all right? And then you just make it look like a super fun day. I'll take a picture. We're in Target. No, dude, that's a fucking setup. Don't you ever go into a Target with a woman, dude. You're not leaving. You live there. You might as well get your mail sent there.
What I used to do, I would just branch off. As soon as I lose sight, I would just branch off and go walk around the toy aisles and stuff and fuck with shit until she's done.
That's all you can do, bro. Because they just touched it. This is cute. We're not buying it.
No, don't follow them, ever. You get away and you get lost. It's really easy to get lost in there. Just get them out of sight and then they're gone. They disappear. They're like genies.
Now I feel
like
determined.
Magicians.
Now I feel determined to make one of those videos. Mark, we're gonna set her up.
Yeah, do the balloon thing. You ever see that? Where some guy, you just put a balloon on him so you can't lose him.
No.
You never seen that?
No.
So the guy, what you do is, if you find a store, you find one that have like helium balloons with strings. They have to be high enough. They have to go over the aisles, but they have clips on them. You just grab one. Right, and when she's looking at some dumb shit that you're not going to buy, just clip it to like her purse or something, or the back of it, and then there'll be a balloon, and then you'll find her everywhere she goes.
That's creative.
Mm-hmm.
That's creative.
Yeah.
I don't think it's like I just got to be in and out of a store. Maybe a Bass Pro Shop.
That's how men shop. When men need to shop, we have a specific item we're going out to go get. Hey, I need a wrench set. Okay. Go in the store. We go to the wrench aisle.
It's in there.
Hardware aisle.
It's there, dude.
There's the wrenches. What do you think about this? This one's cool. All right, let's get the fuck out of here. That's it. That's how you shop. You don't wander the aisles. You don't think something would look good in your backyard or your bathroom or your living room, or you don't remember that you need one of these. You don't.
But even if all of that, they pull up in a Maserati, they're going to get me.
Same thing with grocery shopping.
That's how they get you, though, dude. They pull up in the Maserati, say, let's go to Target. And you're like, all right.
Is there a Pizza Hut in this Target?
I wish it was still cool where we had, like, Kmart's with Little Caesars.
Yeah.
World was better with Kmart.
Well, they still have some cafes and Targets, don't they?
They probably do.
I've seen it before. Like the little Pizza Huts and stuff.
I don't even know if I ever bought anything in Kmart that wasn't Little Caesars.
We were the only people in there, too. Like, I'm pretty
know.
sure we were the only customers in that Little Caesars.
Yeah, we held it on for a while. We did.
It was the only place that you could sit down and eat Little Caesars.
Dude, going to the store used to be really cool.
Yeah.
I mean, even buying, like, DVDs, like, this time frame. I remember having this DVD. People would just get in their car to go buy shit. Like, there's the latest DVD. There's the latest album.
Yeah. Well, let's pause here for a second and, put in the whatever we got to do, the advertisement thing.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, do that.
Hello. Sorry for the interruption. But did you know that Venus is the only planet in our solar system that spins clockwise? Did you also know that Sloppy Horror Podcast has a brand new line of merchandise out? New designs on hats, t-shirts, and even random office essentials like coffee mugs and magnets. All of these purchases not only help the show directly, it shows the world that you support the horror genre and promote small businesses. You can find the link for all the new designs in the descriptions of every episode, or underneath the YouTube videos themselves, or at sloppyshop.myspreadshop.com. We thank you for all of the support, and it means more than you know. Now, back to the show.
Well, that was informative. And that was something that we all needed to know. But at the end of the day,
The end of the day.
these people double dipped, Mark, in the creation of Underworld. Because one thing with horror movies, like since the beginning of time, vampires. Nosferatu, they might skip a decade. Or,
Bleh.
yeah, honestly, they don't even really skip a decade. They might skip a couple years where they're not as popular. But there will always be a big-ass vampire movie coming out within some time. Like a box office vampire movie. You can bank on it. You can't go really more than 10 years without a box office vampire movie.
No, vampires always come back.
Yeah, and werewolves do too. They're like the stepchildren of the genre. They're not as sexy, but you even like with Twilight, they double dipped. They went for both of them, and
It's always vampires fighting werewolves too, isn't it?
it is.
Isn't it like vampires fighting Frankensteins or something?
No, or
That'd be weird.
zombies.
Yeah. Vampires and zombies? That'd be weird.
I think the vampires would win.
I think zombies would lose every time, no matter who you fight.
They're just dumb.
Yeah.
Now I kind of want to see werewolves and zombies too.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
That's like a video game, dude. Like I just imagine like two masses of armies. Like
There should be a whole army of everything. You can choose to be a vampire, a zombie, or... We can't... All right, let's
Copyright that.
Let's not talk about that because somebody's going to steal that idea.
yeah, that's copyrighted.
But continue back with whatever you were saying.
But the double dip, you cheat. You're cheating by the sense of, this movie's gonna. I mean, I guess you don't know it's gonna work, but if you do it pretty serious, it's pretty hard for it not to work. You're adding in action, romance, and then just some scary. It's something that's really always gonna work, and I'm not mad at it. I'm really not mad at it for that. It reminds me of a few other films in like the style, just slightly, like almost like a little Resident Evil, a little bit of Blade, a little bit of Silent Hill. Just has that early nu metal vibe, as we were discussing. It's just kind of hard to me to really think of any kind of movies current that look like that have that shine to it. So I don't know. Even though it's a cheetah, it's cheating by using two different. Hey, and they're putting in hot chicks. Like that's not even. I mean, I don't know. The dudes are probably handsome to the ladies too. So it's just there's beautiful people.
Yeah, you can't have a movie with ugly people.
Yeah.
Ugly people are just. You gotta have something good to look at.
Yeah.
It's a proven fact.
We all want to look at something nice.
Yeah. Like I equally hate ugly people versus beautiful people, but nobody wants to look at ugly people for 2 hours.
They don't.
No,
They don't.
that's the sad truth.
I just know for a fact
That's why our show's only an hour.
there's only so much you can deal with.
I don't know. Around that 45-minute mark, you start getting aggravated with it, but then you deal with it for another 15 minutes.
I'm switching to audio.
Our audio is a lot more popular, so
Probably.
that's probably why.
It's all coming together now. You guys are speaking. The numbers are screaming.
Yeah. What a ugly asses.
But there's only so long. I guarantee within the next 10 years, there's going to be another vampire werewolf movie. Guaranteed.
Probably gonna in how many years?
Within the next 10.
It's gonna be within the next 3, 2.
Probably,
There's
dude.
gonna be one next year. There was already a vampire movie last year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Look for that.
And it worked.
Yeah, and there's gonna be a werewolf movie next.
I
don't
think
know
they
how
are
many times
making the
you've been
werewolf, like a remake of it. Well, they did do the werewolf at the beginning of the year. That one with the girl from Ozark.
That's oh,
Mm-hmm.
that's a werewolf movie.
Yeah, it was called Werewolf.
Oh,
I think the wolf or something.
I don't know.
Yeah, it was kind of like the Invisible Man though, where it wasn't much like the original.
Okay, I think I remember what you're talking about. I think I've seen a preview for that or something.
But case in point, dude, they're always going to be around, and it's really funny because, like, you know what's going on. Like, there's a scene in this where Celine's character is waking up the ancient vampire Victor, and she's, like, just dropping her blood into him and, like, into his mouth. But you know what's going on. Like, if I didn't tell you what's going on, if I didn't tell you this was a scary movie, if you just saw her teeth and saw what was going on, she's like, oh, they're vampires. Like, why do you know that? Like, that's not something that's real. Like, how do people know that? It's because these things have been around forever. It's just a weird ancient story that people know. Mm-hmm. Like, oh, you got bit by a werewolf? Oh, it's a full moon. Like, why do you know that? Like, you've never known one person that's ever happened to, but that's like a thing that you're like, oh shit, dude, you need silver bullets. Like,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just an ancient legend, and even though it feels that way, I guarantee if you saw somebody biting somebody's neck and they had sharp fang teeth, you'd be like, oh, hell nah. Like, you'd be like, we need to get out of here, dude.
They're already making inserts for your teeth that, like, retract little vampire teeth. Like, goes down. You retract them.
Oh, shit.
I don't know how you do that, but there's things where you can go, like, and do it.
It would freak you out, though. If
Yeah.
you saw it.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to play around with it.
No, now you don't know who to trust. Everything's fucking fake now. Damn it. Now you got fake vampire teeth. Now you got people going.
I need to start looking at this more honestly.
Yeah, I know.
If there was all right.
Dude,
Well,
I've seen some guys at the gym that might be werewolves. The amount of hair they got.
dude,
Good.
how do your arms get that hairy?
I don't know. It looks like a shirt. I thought it was part of a shirt. I swear to God, there was one guy. I could have sworn I was like, why is this guy got two shirts on? I was like, nope, that's not what that was.
He's Greek.
He's something.
Dude, what would you do? That would be something that would really be the test. If you saw somebody transform, you'd be like, oh, no, dude.
At least you got time to run.
Yep.
That's a good thing about a werewolf is their transformations take a little bit of time.
Yeah, and from what I see, they don't want to do it. Like, most of the movies, like, they're happy when you kill them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when they transform back. It's like the dude from Monster Squad, where he's like, thank you.
Yeah, I told you it looks painful.
Dude, that's rough. I think, yeah, that's, like, got to be an incredible
I've never
hangover.
seen a werewolf transformation that looked pleasant. Mm-mm. It's painful looking.
Yeah, vampires look cool, because some of them, like, they go from, like in Buffy, they would, like, have their pissed off face, and they would, like, but it would look cool. It didn't look painful. They just looked more mad. Yep, gotta go for the vampire life. That's gotta be a lot more fun. I don't know if I want, like, the ancient Victorian, though, or if I want, like, the cool Blade style. Like, you know, like Gangrel and Christian and the Brood.
Oh, the blade style for sure.
Yeah, dude.
I'm not trying to live in a fucking castle.
Yeah, that might be too cold.
Wear corsets and shit. Fuck that.
Too proper, everyone. Yeah, I don't like that. Nah, I want to be with the homies. In some kind of cool club with black sunglasses and ravers.
Mm-hmm. Never get any vitamin D anymore, but who needs it?
Yeah, you don't need that if you're a
I get
vampire.
sunburn easily anyway.
I just pictured that one, the ginger vampire from Blade when they first saw Blade, and he was like, "There he is! Fuck him up!" Like, fuck him up. I have his pig stick eye. Yep, I felt like he could have showed up in this movie. But I guess it was, I don't know. Blade was 98, this was 03, so somewhat close in time.
It's just a different spin on it. It's a good spin, though. Obviously, it's successful. There's 12 movies.
I like how they left it wide open, too, at the end. That's always kind of fun. Mm-hmm. Showed them waking up the other ancient vampire, because they had a few of them sleeping down in the chambers.
The chambers.
Yeah, dude. That's what it is. It's like an elimination chamber match, waking up the vampires. You can have a whole franchise until the last one's awake.
Yeah. That's probably how it is. How it goes.
I think it is.
I have no idea.
Unless you wake them all up at once.
Well, I wouldn't mind watching them and figuring it out. When I'm required to by the show, probably. I'm sure there's going to be another Underworld on the docket.
Next week is Waterworld. I do love that movie.
Wally World.
Waterworld is good.
Which Waterworld?
The one with Kevin Costner where they're all like on jet skis. They're like pirates on jet skis and shit. It's like Mad Max on the water.
Oh, I've never seen that.
Oh, dude, I feel like you have. There's like they played it on TV so much when we were kids.
Probably not.
If you
I've
saw,
seen it.
yeah, you probably seen a couple minutes of it.
Quite possibly. But let's take a time out and do what we always do. That's our due diligence, and we're contractually obligated to give you a Sloppy Horror Podcast rating. So let's get into that.
Sloppy horror rating, baby, yeah!
Bleh. Welcome to the one and only, one-of-a-kind, world-renowned, world-famous Sloppy Horror Podcast rating, developed and created by your very scary movie companion, Christian Ramey. How does this work, you might ask? I'll tell you. It's going to go in a series of 4 categories. 3 of the categories are worth 3 points. Last category is worth 1 point for a total of
10 points altogether.
That's correct. Now, remember, this score is based on a horror movie rating scale, not a movie in general. Just because it's a low score doesn't mean it's bad. Just because it's a high score doesn't mean it's good. This is just the kind of level of horror movie you are going to get yourself into, so you know what you're getting yourself into when you're going to get ready to get yourself into it. You know what I'm saying? So, let's get into the first category here in the Sloppy Horror Podcast rating, and that is casting.
Well, casting's pretty good. Pretty good, but it's not like over the top. I don't know. I feel like it's like, because it's still a little cheesy in the action sense. There's some one-liners that are like action movie-like. So I feel like it's screaming a 2 to me. I feel like Kate Beckinsale is like a solid 1.5 of that too. But it's good actors. It's good acting. It's just not like over the top to me because it's an action movie.
Okay. So that's 2 out of 10 so far. Now we go on to the second category, and that is kills.
This is kind of tough too. It also feels like a 2, but there's so many. You can't count how many kills are in this movie. There's endless, but they're action movie kills. But there is a wide variety of style. Like they're biting, they're stabbing, they're shooting, they're just torn apart by werewolves. Like, I don't know, man. What do you feel? Is 2?
2.
2? That feels right?
I'd say 2. I'd say it hits 2 of the 3 major categories. You got variety, you said, and you got quantity. That should get you a 2. That can at least get you to a 2. Now, to get to a 2.5 and a 3, you got to be more creative, and you got to have that memorable kill. None of these kills are memorable. They're all action movie kills. They're all disposable.
Very disposable.
Right? So that's how I feel about it. That's how you feel about it. That's how we feel about it. So that's 4 out of 10 so far. Let's get on to the third category here, and that is fear.
Truthfully, and I mean no shade.
Truthfully,
I love John Cena. But now that he's a bad guy, I can't be behind him. No more. No more Cena if he bad. He used to be about truth. No, truthfully, I think this is only a half a point. I can see what he's up to, and it's not good. I see now.
All right, so that's a half a point for fear. Yeah, I mean, come on.
I feel like this is, even though there is a bunch of kills in this, not a whole bunch of sex or stuff. Like, there's a little bit of, like, making out and stuff.
What does that have to do with fear?
Well, this is kind of lumping into Ozark's parental guidance in the sense that I think young kids could watch this movie because even the kills are very like they're bad guys. It's like Power Rangers. It's like Ninja Turtles beating up people. They don't count. They're bad guys. They're just not. You don't feel the same. Like it's not Saving Private Ryan, where they're getting all destroyed. Nobody likes watching that kind of stuff with kids. That's harder to process. A real life movie where there's like a death in it, you're like, I don't know. Land Before Time, dude, I'll fucking cry. Like, I don't want to watch that. Bambi, that's tough. This, you can have your 6-year-old boy probably watch this. Like, it's not that scary. I feel like kids would like this movie. I mean, it's your choice on how you raise your kids and when you want to let them watch. But in my opinion, I don't know if anybody's freaked out by this.
No, not really.
I feel like your mom could watch this, like not anybody's mom.
So it's an action movie. That's why. It's just a horror-themed action movie is really what it is.
And the people are beautiful.
Yeah, so it makes it a lot easier for people to watch, too. So that's 4.5 out of 10. Let's get into the final 1-point category for half a point each, and that is rewatchability.
Yeah, I got to give this one my half a point. I can rewatch it. I don't really have like a time frame of year that I run back to watch it or anything like that, but it feels like a lazy day movie. If it's on, I'm watching it. If somebody said they've never seen it before, you're like, all right, yeah, you gotta see Underworld.
Yeah, it's like a Sunday afternoon, about to take a nap movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, get you some action in, but it's great. It's a lot of entertaining, a lot of story elements to it. So
I think you make a good point there too. It's just entertaining. Like there's nothing, you don't need more than that. It's not it's just entertaining to watch. It's cool to watch.
it's just an entertaining movie, and it's good to get you off on the little opposite of things, so you're not watching the same thing all the time.
It's
So
fun.
that is a total of 5.5 out of 10 so far. On the end of the Sloppy Horror Podcast rating, right back up in your ass.
Underworld.
Underworld.
Yeah, baby.
Underworld.
5.5. That feels like a solid score too.
Solid score for Underworld.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go out and watch that movie if you haven't, by the way. I would really recommend it. If you're a fan of the horror movie genre, this is a movie that's going to get thrown around and people will talk about. I don't know who did the makeup work, but I should do some research into that and see, because they did a pretty fair job. This also kind of brushes up on that. You remember Van Helsing? That was a good one.
Yeah, I love Van Helsing.
That was a fun movie. This kind of gives me that feeling too.
It looked like the same kind of movie.
I miss that where people missed or wanted those kind of movies, because I don't even know if we were asking for them, but they gave them to us back then, and that was cool.
We were spoiled.
We were, man. Even like if you think of like The Crow and Blade, like it was a different style of comic book movie than the comic book movies we know of today. They were a little darker. Spawn, Sin City, like these certain random movies that were just kind of like, here's this comic style fucked up movie. You're like, oh, thank you. I enjoyed this. Thank you.
Yeah.
We did Spawn, right? Yeah, we did Spawn. We covered Spawn.
Yeah, we covered Spawn.
Spawn. I hope they do another one, because he has too cool of a suit not to.
Don't they do multiple Spawns?
No, I don't think
There's
so.
only one Spawn?
Yeah.
Really?
There's no Spawn of Spawn.
Well, I believe it. He's not very attractive.
I know. His suit was cool, though.
Yeah.
Like, they need to do something with it. And the Punisher, or like, what was his name? Not the Punisher. What was the clown?
Whatever that guy's name was, I forget.
Ah, fuck. That's going to bother.
Yeah, he was
the
funny.
Violator.
Yeah, he was funny.
Yeah, that was one of John Leguizamo's best roles.
Mm-hmm.
So now we have to think here of what kind of movie we're going to cover next. I don't necessarily know which road we're going to take, but I have an idea. I think we're going to go old school. And cross one off the list that I don't think we have yet.
Well, what is it?
Well, we've covered the third one, to my knowledge, but I don't believe we've covered the first Phantasm.
No, we've only done the third one.
Mm-hmm. It's a quick watch. It's a legendary horror movie, and it's kind of funny, in my opinion.
What year did it come out?
79.
Oh, it's going to be hilarious then.
Dude, it's very funny. It's a funny movie. I don't think it gets the credit it deserves for being in a pillar of the community, but I do think Nightmare on Elm Street kind of took the glory, because the tall man kind of lived in the dream world. So I think Elm Street kind of took the Dream concept and made it a little bit better. But Phantasm, man, it's a lot of fun. But, if you guys need an idea of what to watch, that's it.
That's it.
That's it. No more for you.
Yep.
You
So
just get
there you
nothing
go.
else.
Well, look at that. So what did we learn today, boys and girls? We learned about vampires and werewolves. We learned that this movie is a 5.5 out of 10 on the Sloppy Horror Podcast rating system. In the first installment, you learned that if you like the first Underworld movie, there's like 7 or 8 more movies that you could go watch if you're into that, if you digged it, if
plethora.
you liked it. We learned about the Patreon. We learned about the merchandise and all that crap, that we got for you.
Follow on YouTube.
You know to do that too, which you probably have already done because you're a good boy or a good girl. Probably. If not, you're going to get smacked
We're going to beat the shit out
right
of
in
you.
the ass.
Yeah.
Um,
We're going to Jay and Silent Bob style. We're going to get on the internet and we're going to come to your house.
did you write?
What a great... Fuck, I haven't seen that in forever.
Wonderful movie that is. Horrible, wonderful movie. All right. Well, we're going to leave now. So goodbye. We'll see you next time.
See you later.